Hello, everybody. Wolfang here. Today's Tuesday, September the 30th. I almost said 29th. It is the 30th because today's the last day of this month. And then we go into October, our favorite month. The whole month for us is Halloween. Lordy. How are we all doing today? Good, I hope. I'm sure most of us are. And if you're not having a good day, here's a hug. I had kind of a rough day. My back flared up on me, back pain. It's not like I'm lifting anything heavy. It just acts up when it wants to. So, I could sleep wrong and it screws with me. Anyway, Trump had his meeting with top generals today, and I'm not sure how long this read is, so let's get to it. I won't make it too boring, I hope, or too long anyway. I think it's like a 5-minute read. It caught my eye though. He said it says U.S. cities should be military training grounds. Trump tells generals. U.S. President Donald Trump has said he wants to use American cities as training grounds for the military. In an unusual address to hundreds of military leaders assembled from across the world, Trump described civil disturbance as the enemy from within. He added that the situation won't get out of control once you're involved. It comes after Trump deployed National Guard troops to Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, and Portland, Oregon, in a crackdown, on crime to support immigration enforcement. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth also spoke, declaring the end to woke culture at the Pentagon and announcing a new male-level physical fitness standard for military officials. Good. The president repeated his criticism of Democratic-led cities, including San Francisco, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, and then indicated he would continue his policy of using military for law enforcement. They're very unsafe places, and we're going to straighten them out one by one, he said, adding that it would be a major part of some of the people in this room. It's a war from within. Controlling the physical territory of our borders is essential for national security. We can't let these people in, he added. Illinois' Governor J.B. Pritzker accused Trump of using military troops and Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, to invade and disrupt U.S. cities. Our troops and our nation deserve better than your acting as a petty tyrant, he said in a post on X. Security was extremely tight for the address at the Marine Corps base, Quantico, a sprawling 55,000-acre facility in Virginia. The summit represented a rare gathering of so many senior personnel in one place. Generals and admirals stationed around the world listened silently to the two men's remarks. The event began with an address from Hegseth, who announced that the U.S. military will require combatants to meet the highest male standard in physical fitness tests. Hegseth acknowledged that the move may exclude some women from serving. Standards must be uniform, gender neutral, and high, Hegseth told the crowd. Hegseth outlined his visions for a cultural shift at the Pentagon and greater warrior ethos. He was echoed by Trump, who spoke afterwards. His speech focused on the culture of the U.S. military, training, leadership, and fixing decades of decay, including DEI programs and the promotion of a risk-averse officer corps. He said those officers have been unnerved by climate change distractions, woke garbage, and fears of being labeled as toxic leaders, as well as announcing changes to fitness standards. Hegseth vowed to end the era of unprofessional appearances, including beard, and to anonymous complaints procedure as part of wider departmental changes. He also addressed his previous firing of senior commanders, saying that he went with his gut and rid the military of those who believed would not shift away from policies set in previous administrations. More leadership changes will be made, I'm certain, he said. No official reason for that publicly provided when the generals were summoned at short notice last week, promoting a flurry of speculation around what Trump and Hegseth would say. Speaking about Hegseth's reforms, Trump said that a focus on fitness, ability, and character is not to protect anyone's feelings. Right on. It's to protect our country. We will not be politically correct when it comes to defending American freedom, he said. The president also applauded his move to rebrand the Defense Department as the Department of War. He said the secondary title for the Pentagon was so popular, even among his distractors, and contributed to what he has repeatedly claimed as skyrocketing recruitment figures. It's a historic reassertion for our purpose, our identity, and our pride, he said. There was very little visible or audible reaction from the assembled generals and senior enlisted personnel in the audience, which was mostly silent except for the sounds of hundreds of boots snapping to attention as he took the stage and stepped off. Excuse me. Many took notes in some military field notebooks as Hegseth spoke. Trump took the stage afterwards, joking, "I've never walked into a room so silent before." He went on to remark, "Together, we're reawakening the warrior spirit, and this is a spirit that won and built this nation." In a wide-ranging address, U.S. President went on to taunt the achievements of the American military and his own secondary presidency. He remarked that he had settled 7 wars and hoped for an 8th if Hamas accepted the proposal from Gaza and he had put forward with Israel. Ahead of the event, U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance had accused the media of turning the meeting into a big story, stressing that it not particularly unusual for Hegseth's generals to meet him in person. Some observers disagreed. Cavio Dragon, I can't even say that person's name, an Italian admiral who serves as the chair of the NATO Military Committee, was quoted by the AP news agency as saying, "As far as my 49 years of service, I've never seen that before." Mark Kinsane, the Center of Strategic and International Studies think tank, told Reuters, "It is mystifying why this was not done virtually so that senior officers don't have to spend a lot of time traveling." Explaining the purpose of the meeting in advance, Trump told NBC News it would be an exercise in generating some esprit de corps, suggesting that he saw an opportunity to galvanize his troops. The attendees reportedly including officers drawn from military installations as far as Europe, South Korea, and Middle East. Many of them arrived hours before the event and were seated in the auditorium according to their branch of service. Army, Marine, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, Space Force, easily disguisable by uniforms. Some wore campaign medals showing they had served in Afghanistan, Iraq, or the American wider war on terror that was launched following the September 11 attacks in 2001. Well, there you go. So, the question is, let me get rid of this. Come on, quick. I'm not sure about the statement. He says using U.S. cities as, practice ground for military. Maybe. I had issues when I was in the service, when I was in Seabees. Our base, I was stationed in Ventura, California. That base is huge. And there was construction work going on the base, but they hired outside contractors to come in and do the shit. The same shit we did. And it made no sense to me. We're there. Why aren't we using our skills, honing our skills? And there was some bullshit. Well, they got so many contracts the government has, and they have to blah blah blah. And it's like whatever. So, anyway, my laptop looks like it's being stupid. So that's my 2 cents. I don't. You know what? If these cities are getting that freaking out of hand, and especially when I was watching the Portland police, they were told to stand down. I couldn't believe it. You know what? All right. That freaking mayor there, and it's getting out of hand. They sent ICE there. Send the National Guard. Give them practice. They're stationed here already. So, but that's my 2 cents. That's all I got in my pocket. This is Wolfbang. Have a great evening. Blessed be. Stay safe. And I'll bullshit with y'all later. Bye.